Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. We've got a nice pile of quests here to do in various locations. We need to go jump off a bridge later to get down to Camp River's Meet. Be the quickest way down there. A world where fall damage doesn't kill you. Great stuff. From one heretic to another. Expedition leader has a promising lead to aid you in your search for Lady Iceheart. That would be helpful. We should track down Lady Iceheart. Is this not so? The records we discovered, ere those beasts mauled my comrades, appear to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of pursuing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving the onslaught of Fang and Claw. But I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. Information. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields, pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. It's hardly a choice at all. Let's see what we got here. And back inside. Oh. Only one door. I guess that's the only part that's a door. Yeah, whatever. Going down below. Something. Let's see what we got here. Here's everybody. Expedition leader. Oh no. Assume. You collect the pieces. They were too busy getting mauled by polar bears to pick up the pieces of paper here. Apparently. It's fun. Okay. Is the other one upstairs? Very possible. Let's go look for a shiny thing. Ain't that a thought? Okay. It's in an area here. Yeah, there it is. Interruption! Alright. See what we got here. This is like their main base of operations in this area. Possibly they have other bases though, so we will see. They recovered much of the heretics' correspondence? Yes. What appears to be a record of past correspondence held between individuals regarded as heretics by the Holy See. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levier and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. Should be some information in there. What have we here, then? Every one of these pages is record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgange Mills heretics and their fellows in the Ak-Afa amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. Determination, critical hit, direct hit. Some crits. Something. Yep. Tanking gauge unlocked. Level 52. Got some stuff. Also, level 52 samurai quest. Tanking gauge. There it is. Tanking gauge displays the current amount of Kenkai a samurai has accumulated. Kenkai slowly builds the samurai's gauge through the successful execution of weapon skills or third eye. Kenkai is required to execute special devastating attacks such as Hisansu Shinten, Hisansu Ikemisen at 54 and Hisansu Hirin at 70. Amazing. That's definitely a sword with a number on it. You betcha. Okay. HUD layout. Sword. Save. All manner of gauges here. We even get level 52 ability. Probably need. Yeah, here it is. Is it gray now? Possibly. Any gauge costs 25. Systems. And once we're done with this system of systems, we can go do the level 52 quest here. Yeah. I don't know. How's it going? Level 51 quest still. To the amphitheater. Now seems intent on traveling to the XIV Amphitheater. The XIV Amphitheater. Very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. Amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Let's place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Mombrita succeeded in recreating the XIV beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant Aetherite would only be temporarily viable. But given that the heretics of Gorkanj Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the Aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out of the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the Aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Turndare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. That's one way to go. Huh. Just Joe. They're over here. Falcon's Nest. River's Meat. Foundation. Okay. Drop down here. That could be on the lower level. Looks like it. We go down here, do that, then drop down that way. That'll work. Okay. Well, let's get it. Doing the things while we're in the area. Okay. We just don't want to get attacked when we fall to the bottom here. Because that's the problem. Let's just see what's over this way. Open up some more bits of the map. Or it might just be a slope this way. We'll find out. We need to go down and not up, so it's mostly okay. There's some of these ice guys. Just paths and or rivers here. There's something right down this way. New location. Yeah, it's working. See if this just goes down this way. We need to get down to here. We're kind of in the area. Ah, range attacks. Not generally what we want right now. Guess we're already at the lower level at this point. Yeah. We didn't have to jump down at all. Fighting stuff. It's technically up slightly, because it's up there. Bad wine. You speak with the heretics at Camp Riversmeet. Avoid some polar bears, too. Probably be a good plan. Run away! There's a fate going on here with ice sprites. So not gonna worry about that. The wolves. It's fine. Camp. Suspicious Griffins. Hey guys, how's it going? Aha! So you found out about the poison and came looking for answers. Well, give up. The poison is made from dragon venom. There is no antidote. Everyone who drink it will die, and so will you. It's not great news, obviously. We're getting some sword points. 20 points there. Okay. So that's not great. That's back at town now. What about that later? Okay. Let's head down in this direction. Should guess where we're going. Try to stay up here in case we need to be up here. Let's get over to the edge here. Okay. Let's see, 250. Engage cost 25. Could be worse. We only have 20 points on the gauge here. I go with 250B. 180s into 260s, 310s, 260, 360, 280. That seems potentially potion. Let's have time on it too. Might work better when we actually have what we need from doing the class quest there. Alright, ready? It's over this way. It has a ice falls. Apparently. My goodness. Yeah. Ah, the guests of House Fortum. Accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I can't imagine what brought you out this far. You're welcome to enter the tunnels, if that is your will. Assuming the Alpha beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does. We shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. True. Level sync to 53 or 52. Well, that's fine. It's definitely a system. Calm. There we go. Impressive structure. Wonder how many ages it has endured. Perhaps you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It'll take more than 100 words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may the dragon wings bear us to victory. Yeah. They're not to find this sacred place a second time. Yeah, well. No, do not come here to fight. How's that going? Waste no words on them. They are deaf to reason. Eh. We got a lot of guys coming in here. Oh, goodness.
Your guard is down.
Hello. Cane waving heretic. So like, gives me power. Oh, look at this guy. Fury, they take the blood of dragons. Let's use this. Hells, can China truly bring such a transformation? Apparently. Now come here, Shiarians. First line. And big old dragon guys. The whole thing out here. Oh, goodness. Which indeed, behold the true power of our faith. Oh, look at you. Behold the true power of me blasting out my attacks here. Fancy guy. Master, for my seed, my lancet.
Know your folly.
Yeah.
Release!
Any more guys? There's more guys. Any more dragon guys? They're playing here. Alright. No. No. Duty complete. Hey, I sorry. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. Yeah. Get out of here. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? Confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian? I suspect it's the heretics' way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ashen cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, the thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. Okay. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen lake. Okay. Maybe see some big trees. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Okay. Dealt with. Get back through the tunnels or something. Where precisely this ashen lake is another question. Back to Stinian first, though. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I would visit first. I'm told the convictors have set up camp in the Twin Pools. Their leader, Chentlot, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion. I'm willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we indeed walk into a trap, I will learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let's look at these convictors, then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Okay. Convictors camp. It's not this way. That is these guys. Yep. So basically just head out this way. There's a lot of Bergthurs down here at the actual river level. Just not gonna worry about that. Just gonna run past them. Seems fine. Still do not have like any other teleports in this entire place. Pretty wild. Right down here. That's pretty much it. That's alright. We'll get there. Just all down river. Or up river. Doesn't make much of a difference when it's all frozen, I guess. Anyways. Got a fate discovered nearby. Level 50. Fates have slightly little stuff. That's alright. Okay. You get around this ice outcropping here. And then we're pretty much there. Well, that's good. Camp in the distance. Possible. Dragons in the... right here? Also yes. Or something. Again, not really gonna worry about that. You can deal with this, I've decided. The Convictors. Okay. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lad looks promising. You have a frail look about you, boy. I'll give you 3 days, or the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon. Be not so quick to judge. I've seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my by the fury? That armor, that lance, the Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Gentlot, leader of the convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? I know, looking for Iceheart, trying to solve this whole thing. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation. I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Alright. Arctic, Estinian, let's make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Good idea. Oh, that's complete. Money. Experience. Alright. And now we got a whole bunch of stuff here. Look at all this. I'm gonna have to start that. Unlocks, regular quest. Oh. Bubble of winds and stuff. Ether current. Yoink. Alright. They just all end up in places we can work with. Well, there we got one. 481 Northwest. Probably see somewhere a running total of the amount of these we've gotten, but as it stands. Camp of the Convictors. One of those eager to gather information on the heretics. Surely one of these people have encountered heretics while out hunting. Rescue with as many as you can, Arctic. Yep. While also doing that, we're also going to look at all the other stuff here. For all the nights to come. Get an ether current. That's just a great idea to get these. For flying and all that. The dead care not for justice, but Wilthu would see them have it just the same. Cowards, all of you, have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg your pardon. Wait, are you not Masterson? Honored ward of House Persona? Praise Halone, surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil, westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers, built to warn of the Horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure, which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, sir, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Correct. Very good indeed. There's a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool till you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they'll grant you leave to enter. Interesting. Talk to people about this. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Archibald of Himon and Retinant that wanders in and out of camp? Boorish bowman. Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear fellow, the big ones. For do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. Care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. That's definitely a strategy here. Looking for some heretics to say. Why don't you go and bother Pirquent or something? I have enough trouble keeping these ring fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folks do with themselves out in the wilds. At least that's a lead here. Pirquent. Something I can help you with, my lord? Find any heretics, Iceheart? Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself. I ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. Ooh. We'd be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Purequent, soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Jean's father. Still, as long as they keep paying my wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. Once they've got to thinking of how unfair it is, it don't take much more for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, simple promise of freedom tends to do it. They may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. So have some purple smoke, masters come to you. Is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. Good work. Okay. Estinian. You're also gonna give us an ether current. Get those for doing regular quests, finding them around. Main quests. See what should prepare a signal fire to lure in the heretics. If we lure our foes to our position, we must find means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also describes in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Artek? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Uffano, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. I will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let's meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Okay. Find stuff. Get stuff. Do stuff. Here. Another one. Also some food. Saint stares out over the snowdrifts, grim expression upon her face. Want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you noticed that dragons aren't the only things you have to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. You could thin out their numbers a little. Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Secret to success. Simmering with impatience. Greetings, sir. Reputation precedes you. Once you slay a few primals, word gets around. Seeing as you're so strong and powerful, I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with something. I want nothing more than to support the great Sir Emmerich, which Guardian Society revolves around the nobility. Those not of noble birth, such as myself, have no power at all. The only way to gain power of nobility is through a truly noble display of courage. There's one simple way to do that: slay a monstrous ancient dragon. There are some feats that cannot be ignored. So I took up my spear and came to the convictory. Sadly, things have not gone as well as I had hoped. So somewhat new to this, you see. I really don't know much about dragons, especially the rarer, larger ones. All the knights here are competing with each other for honor and glory. None of them will share what they know with each other, for fear of losing any edge they may have. But you're not a convictor. They're not competing with you. I doubt they'd be nearly as tight-lipped with you as they are with me and the other knights here. You might be able to learn a thing or two from me about how I might find and kill one of the larger dragons. Sorry to pick up every quest. He also has one. And another ether current. Once you experience firsthand what life at the convictory is like. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the lad who was in the Ashura Dragoon's company. Since you are here anyway, perhaps you'd like to try your hand at some hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years like I have. I think it prudent to start with something simple and work your way up to dragons. I suggest runes. Slay 3 of those and come back. Consider a warm-up. I can talk to people here. We're just covering the mapping symbols. You wanna know about dragons, do ya? Well, you're speaking to the right man. I know stuff about them beasts even the dragoons ain't heard of. Oh, don't think I'll be telling you for free, though. Tell you what, I'm due to go out on patrol any minute now. But it's far too bloody cold, if you ask me. I'll put me patrol points in your map here. If you go to my patrol for me, I'll tell you what I know. Yeah. And here's the map of things. They are everywhere. We'll just wander out here and do stuff. What's up here? Something up above us. Alright, we've got just a million different things to do. What if we look at our just list here? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's things. I'm worrying about the ones we're not currently looking at. Got all these here. How many are even on this list? Only 5? We got more than that. We gotta go all over the place. Up above, out in front, further, fighting things, doing stuff. Whittle down this list at least a little bit. That's what we get for grabbing literally everything we see. Worth it, though. We got a lot of objectives. Next time. Goodbye.